With regard to the issue of taxation, there was a very interesting study done in Pennsylvania, and it turns out that 80% of all the towns in which there was drilling experienced either the same revenue from before or less. So that the argument was made in Pennsylvania that this was going to save everybody. 80% of those towns experienced either less or the same revenue they were getting before, and you can bet 100% of them had their expenses go up because the infrastructure and the cost to the local
That's just
forces.
simply not true.
So you want to
It's
answer
a
that
Duke
one?
University study, you can go look it
Not
up.
comparable at all. I was asked to answer that. There's no ad valorem tax in Pennsylvania whatsoever. And if you want to quote Pennsylvania, then you should look at the recent developments to go along with their impact fees that they're charging that go straight to Harrisburg. They also are taking away the right of the town in PA, because they have the exact opposite rules as we do about local government. So the state said, look, towns are not qualified to handle this issue. The state's going to handle it in Pennsylvania, as New York already does. So the ad valorem tax is, okay, Farmer Jones has a wellhead in the middle of his pasture. That gets a separate parcel number. I used to be assessor here in Butternut, so it gets a separate parcel number. According to the Forbes sends a value or number to the assessor in every town, how to assess that. It's not like comparable sales like your house is assessed on. It's income approach to value, which they will measure the volume of the gas coming out of that well and every well in a municipality. It's taxed just like real estate on the real value of the gas. Okay, so all of that tax money comes in to benefit every person in town, whether you're a landowner or not. It will help alleviate your school taxes, county taxes, town and village taxes. That's a benefit for every resident, even renters, because their rent won't go up as quickly. So that's something to consider when you're talking about the taxes.
I've just got to correct that 80%. That's not correct at all. He's talking about a study by Penn State. Tim Kelsey did it. He did it at Bradford and Susquehanna counties. It was totally subjective. There was no hard data in that whatsoever. He talked to 15 towns in Bradford County. Never identified what towns they were, whether they were boroughs or townships. And to misconstrue that as saying that indicates some factual thing is just incorrect. And I would also point out that I've done real estate studies, real estate value studies of that area, and the property values in Bradford County in 3 years went up from $3,000 to $7,000 per year. Now, you can't tell me that they didn't get more real estate transfer tax, because that's what they have in Pennsylvania, is like a 2% real estate transfer tax. You can't tell me that there wasn't more real estate transfer tax. I mean, I know what the values are and how they've changed. And also, they did that in the midst of a slowdown of other activity. So, for all we know, the gas revenue could be offsetting other revenue because it was an economic, recession period. So, read the report. It's a very shallow report by Tim Kelsey. It doesn't say anything close to what he said.
If you want some hard numbers, the town assessor that I live in is also the town assessor for Smyrna. They have approximately 40 vertical wells drilled into sandstone. Talk to your own assessor, he can get it up on the assessor's site. In the year of 2010, they received $11 million in ad valorem tax. In 2011, they received over $10 million. You want hard numbers? Look it up. There's the facts. It's on the state assessor's board. Thank you.
And that's what I was gonna say, it actually paid 20% of their collectible
About
taxes.
20% of their total budget.
No teachers getting laid